Welcome back, everybody. So today, if you watched my last video, you saw that I had a 6 o'clock appointment this morning. Those guys, man, they were not kidding. I really wish I could have got loaded yesterday. Would have been able to run some time off of this. Tonight made it not so tight, but they did their job this morning. They did a real good job. Like, I got there about 5:45. He got me checked in. He happened to be there already. Got me checked in. Got me my paperwork. Sent me around back to where the freight was, and 2 forklifts came over. Got on me right away. I think I pulled back there. It was like 6:05, and at 6:27, I was pulling out of there to go to the strap down lot. They have you get loaded. Where I was, you pull up and you get loaded there. You're not allowed out of your truck. They load you, and then they give you the paperwork that says it's completed. And then there's a different lot you pull over to that you strap down your load there, and then you go around and check out and get your paperwork. So currently in northern Kentucky, and I stopped for my break up here, grab some food, and I figured I'd jump out here and show you the load. So this is an interesting one. Is one this is what you do. This is not an RGN load. I took it off of our board to get me where, get me out of there. It was only 36 miles for my delivery. I couldn't really pass it up. Going to a good area for me, so definitely couldn't pass it up. And a little bit tricky, a little bit outside of my normal. I had to, this is a good one. I mean, it's funny that we talked about securement on the last video and had that little pop quiz about securement. We were talking about length of loads and how you got to put securement. So this one challenged me a little bit, both with the securement that I had and knowledge of how to do it. So I'm gonna jump out and show you the load net right now. Pretty nice day. A little bit hot. It's been hot down in Tennessee this morning. I was sweating like crazy. Loading, but it is what it is. So here's our deal right here. This is our load. So as you can see, there is 27 pallets. There's 27 units on here. I was supposed to get up 28, but they didn't get one done overnight, apparently, and so they ended up not putting it on me. So I rolled out 27. That's what my paperwork says and everything. Securement on this, because there's 27 pallets on the trailer, which under normal circumstances, under the original thought process for anybody who's thinking about securement, you would want to put two straps on every single pallet. And I don't know anyone that carries 26 straps on their with their truck, so let alone 26 or 28. So I had to get a little bit creative in order to get this secured down. It's things that we've used in the past. It's totally legal to do it this way, but it got a little bit tricky, and I'll show you what I did here. The other side might be a little bit better to show you. These units, it's kind of crazy. These units are banded with the metal banding from the factory to the pallet, and then blocked in so they can't wiggle back and forth. That is literally the only thing holding them on those pallets. We are not allowed to put any type of securement device across these units. So literally the only thing holding these things on the trailer is that banding. So if that banding breaks, it's a big issue. So we had to protect the banding, and the way I did that in order to secure this was you secure the pallets. And as you can see back here, this worked out really good. My bump stops, that when my axle is flipped up, these are actually designed to sit against the deck of the trailer and keep the rear flip from bouncing. So this actually worked out really good. They're placed almost perfect so that this pallet fit right up against it and keeps my rearward movement. I don't have to worry about it. It's blocked in there. So that was a real good thing. The way I did securement on these is, because I don't have 26 straps, and I don't know anybody that carries 26 straps, I had to kind of get creative a little bit, and what I did there to get that was I took my outrigger boards right here. These are my outrigger boards that I use for the outriggers on the trailer, and I put them at an angle tight up against the pallet. As you can see here, it's pushing down on the pallet as well as pushing in on the pallet, and I did that all the way down, making sure that I didn't hit, that this board isn't hitting the banding at all, because if it hits that banding, there is potential of it breaking it. So, and if it breaks that banding, then that's the only thing holding that unit on there. So I put the outrigger boards up on an angle like this all the way down, and then I used 2 straps for every outrigger board. So those outrigger boards, the way they sit on there and the length of these outrigger boards, they cover 6 pallets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 2 boards, 1 on each side. They cover 6 pallets. So I got 6 pallets covered in with the 2 securement devices, 2 straps. Totally legal to do it that way. There's nothing wrong with that. It allows you to get a little bit of extra out of your straps, thank God. Thank God, because I have every single strap. I was pulling straps out of places I didn't even realize. I didn't even know I had those straps. I was trying to find something, because this, I just don't carry this. I don't usually use straps, so I don't carry this many. Well, apparently I do carry this many, but I didn't even realize I carried this many. So luckily enough, I got it done. And what I ended up doing is this pallet is up here by itself. I put 2 straps on it. That covers me for the 2 straps on the beginning of the load that you need to have. And this one here, put straps all the way back. Those outrigger boards, 2 straps cover my outrigger boards. And then on this back one, I did the same thing. I put 2 straps covering the outrigger boards, and I put 1 strap here. And what I did with this, and it was the same on the front one. You see the 1 strap, I just didn't have 2 more straps to put on there. Technically, by law, by DOT requirement, this pallet here should have 2 straps on it if I didn't do what I did. But the very first one up there, it also is by itself and has a single strap on it. What I did there, because I didn't have those extra 2 straps, what I did there to make myself legal was I had them come out after I got it strapped. I had them come out and use a nail gun and nail those 2 pallets together. So the first 2 pallets and those 2 pallets there on the back deck, those are actually nailed together in 6 different places. So those pallets are one piece, and you can see those nails plain as day. So having those nails nailed together, that makes it legal for me to strap it the way I did. So technically, because they're nailed together, that becomes 4 pallets become 1, and those 2 straps are enough for the weight on the 4 pallets. So it was a little bit, like I said, a little bit of a challenge, and I had to get pretty creative on it. But you know, it's good footage for this. It's something we've been talking about with Securement. So it's good footage and good thing to show everybody. So there you go. That's our load. We'll be out there tomorrow morning. I'm hoping pretty early tomorrow morning. Get this delivered. And I booked one of the guys I work with quite a bit called me and asked me if I would do a forklift for him out of Illinois going down to Louisiana next week. So I was trying to get myself out to Illinois to get that for him, and by a stroke of luck, I found an excavator in Baltimore, which is about 100 miles from where I'm delivering. I found an excavator in Baltimore that is going to Illinois that's going to end up being about 24 miles. I think it's 23 miles from where I'm picking that load up at. So where I'm picking the load up for Sam. So stroke of luck there. Got real good money on it. It's about $7 a mile on it. So real good money on that load for the way this market is right now. And it goes right where I need it to. So life worked out this morning, and I'm gonna get back on the road and try to get these miles put on and get as close as I can to my delivery. So there you go, one last look. There's our load for today. We'll be delivered tomorrow. A little bit different than what I normally do, but that's good. Gives you guys a little bit different. This is the stuff you got to do. Like, maybe you're in an area where there just isn't any freight that really goes for an RGN, and that's the situation I was in. There just wasn't anything there that was RGN freight, so I found a load that'll work on my RGN, a step deck load that'll work on my, this is actually a flatbed load, that'll work on my RGN, and went ahead and took it. Rather than sitting or bouncing or going somewhere, you know, make a little bit of money while I'm going. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get back in the truck and get on the road, and we will talk to you all soon. Hope everybody has a great day. All right, so well, man, this is trucking right here. So this is one of the things about trucking I want to talk about here. As you can see, I'm sitting in traffic right now. You saw earlier in this video, I was talking about the load I have booked for next week and how I need to get to it. And I said that I had wished I had been able to pick up this load the day before yesterday, so that I could have run a few hours off of it last night and made it not so tight. And the reason I said that was because the total trip from where I picked up from to delivery was roughly 13 and a half hours. And then from there, from that, man, it was a hard shift. From my delivery down to where my reload is roughly an hour and a half. So if I ran 11 hours off of it today, then I was going to have roughly 2.5 hours to 3 hours before I get to my delivery tomorrow morning. Then I would have another hour and a half to 2 hours to get down to my pickup. So somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 5.5 hours I would have had in driving time before I started heading to my house yesterday or tomorrow. So it's from Baltimore to my house is somewhere in the neighborhood of 5.5 to 6 hours, depending on which direction, which way you got to go, and how heavy you are and whatnot. So probably the higher end of that because of the weight I'm going to have tomorrow. But so I had said, you know, you heard me talking about this. This was going to be a little bit tight. You know, I wish I had run a few hours off of it and made it not so tight, but Cincinnati has effectively destroyed that whole plan. And as of right now, driving through Cincinnati, I have seen absolutely no reason whatsoever for this traffic. There's been no accidents. There's been no construction. There's been no broken down vehicles, no police on the side of the road. There's been nothing. We're just driving slow to drive slow. So, yeah, this is the way the cookie crumbles, and unfortunately for me, pretty much the way this week has gone. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I've lost about an hour already just trying to get through Cincinnati. So we'll see what happens. Then I got Columbus right in front of me here. That I'm now that this has cost me an hour and a half roughly. Columbus it's going to put me right in the heart of high traffic time for Columbus. So not looking so good for making up any time there either. We'll see what happens. But looks like this is the kind of things that happen. You know, this is why I talk about timing a lot on the channel, and I talk about it with when you're planning out your weeks. Like, your timing is everything, and it seemed like this week all my timing just kept getting pushed. I had a really good plan in the beginning of the week, and it was working out well, and then the permit situation happened, and I adjusted and overcame that situation, and then this load decided not to load yesterday, had to load this morning, so I adjusted and thought I was going to be able to make that situation work, and now the universe has decided to hate me. So it's unfortunate. I just don't think I'm gonna make it home Friday night now. I think Cincinnati has officially destroyed any hope I had at getting to my house Friday night, which is unfortunate for what appears to be absolutely no reason at all. And this is the point I wanted to make here is when you're looking at your planning, man, throw some cushion in there, I guess. I try to, and I generally do a pretty good job of that. And then, you know, this week the universe has decided to take that cushion away from me on several different occasions. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to bring it up and talk about it because it was happening to me right now, and it's going to happen this week, and it's unfortunate. But looks like when it all shakes loose, unless some miracle happens, when it all shakes loose, I'm going to be about 2 hours short of making it to my house tomorrow night. So it looks like I'll be getting home Saturday morning. So I hope everybody has a good day. A little bit of lesson there for you. I don't know what I could have done differently here. I've pretty much tried to do everything with a little bit of cushion, and the universe is. But I guess the moral of this story right now is. Sometimes no matter what you do, it's just you're not gonna get the results you want, and you got to be able to live with that, and it is what it is, you know. For me, I probably would not have made it home Friday night until about 8:30, 9 o'clock anyways. It wouldn't have been darn nice to sleep in my own bed, and you know, but I wouldn't have been able to get anything done. I wouldn't have been able to eat dinner with my family. I would have been basically getting home and going to bed anyways. So, you know, daylight being pretty early now, I could probably get up and ride in, and I'll probably be there before anybody. And I guess I'll just have breakfast with everybody Saturday morning. So, hope everybody has a great day, and we'll talk to you on delivery on this one.